Hello there. I wanted to say about my trip to Mauritania to warn people to make them know about the reality of that country. Okay, let's begin now. The day I left my country, I thought to be going to a better one, but I realized that I'm completely wrong when I got there. I left Senegal, my country, to go to Mauritania for personal purposes, but I truly believe that it is very important, or just slowly interesting, to tell about this country, to let people know about the reality that is happening in Mauritania. And for those who have projects to go there, be it to stay for a short time or to stay longer, you have to know that Mauritania is not what you think it is. Mauritania is the most African country I've ever known. Now, let's begin really the story. So, starting from my arrival to the passage point called Point d'Accès Rosso in French. This point is not far from Richetol, a town in the region of Saint-Louis in Senegal. So leaving Dakar, you just take a car from Dakar to Rosso, Senegal, and there it is still in the country. It is still Senegal. There are two Rossos, the Rosso Senegal and the Rosso Mauritania on the other side. So in Rosa Senegal, you didn't got problems. You've just to show your ID card and they let you go forward. So once in Rosa Senegal, we took a pirogue to cross the river, the Senegal River, and go to the other side, meaning Rosa Mauritania, especially to the passage point to enter Mauritania. But this was a big deal, the greatest problem. Once there, in Rosa Mauritania, once in the passage point, where we had to register in order to enter Mauritania, it was not easy. It's a really big deal. So once there, they ask you first to change your money to euro, to turn it into euro. So we Senegalese, we are using the CFA currency, and don't ask us to change our currency into their currency, but just into euro, and they're asking 5 euros. But what's that? We're asking an African like you to change this country into another country, not into your currency, the currency of Mauritania, but into the currency of another country or just a group of countries. European countries. This country using the euro currency. That's really nonsense. So after that, we were waiting for them to register us and let us enter the country. But this was another big bang again. We were in line like the others to enter the registration office. But our round never arrived. There were some people inside and outside bribing the Mauritanian officers to register their customers, friends, and whatever. I don't know. Some guys give them money with papers and they got in, they enter and make those register very quickly, letting us, we who was in the line, and we are fair, we were not unfair because we're queuing, we're running like the others to follow the right way. And it is that ongoing situation, meaning being in the line, letting the others bribing the officers, that led us there waiting until midday. Some officers went out to tell us that there is electricity cut, and so we have to wait again. The head officer, his name Sheikh Birahim, grasped very well his name, Sheikh Birahim. The rough man, the cruel man, the inhuman man, the evil man, the worst officer among the officers there. The devil, in human appearance, he brutalized us as roughly as he could. He pushed people away very violently, insulting them and shouting to them. There is another officer called the Bowie. It's B. or just let's say Buye, Buye. I think his full name is Boy Older Talib. That boy Older Talib gains lots of money by corruption. He helps some people by asking them money. He's a violent too. You can't even ask him a single thing. The other two, I don't know their name, but they're all wicked, violent, and very harmful. So the power came back around 3, so we went back in the line one more time. So later, officers said that the machines break down, it's no longer working, so we have to wait again. You see, it's boring. I have amazingly discovered that Mauritanian officers do not know nothing about computers. Their level in computing is so low that they do not know that we don't wait the machines that break down. We don't wait the machines that break down to repair itself. No. And in this case, it was sufficient to restore the machine only. And it's damn. But what do you think they did? They were just waiting. They were waiting on the machines to work well by themselves. It's horrible. I'm even very shy, that there are in the 21st century, so I'm asking officers that do nothing in computing. I'm very shy of that and saying that to the other, really. So roughly speaking, we waited there till nightfall. They asked us to go back to Senegal. Across against the river to go back to Rosso Senegal, and so you see pursue in the country and stay to Senegal until next day to come back. Until next morning. And that made me so disappointed because I lost all the desire to pursue my way on to Nouakchott, the capital city of Mauritania. The next morning we came back and found the same line. We came early, but stayed in the line till midday again, one more time. But finally, by luck, our round arrived, and guess what we found at the station office? 2 miserable machines that may break down any time. What surprised me is that they asked us money again. Of course, we already paid all, but despite all, once in that office, they ask you to pay one more time. And these 1,000 Ouguya Mauritanian, or just let's say Mauritanian Ouguya, are not justified. You just give it to them only and it's over. No receipt to tell why, paying that and this and that. They say nothing about that. They just put it in their pocket and it's over. It's bribery one more time. When we left the registration office, we went to the final passage point to enter the country, but there again the officer asked us to give them money. If not, we were not going to pass. So we waited again, but they were really serious. It was compulsory to give them money to go forward. Corruption. Yes, they shout corruption one more time. We finally entered Mauritania and I found how disgusting the country is. It's horrible. They're saying that they're Muslim, but the problem is, the big problem is they're just doing all the contrary of what God ordered to the Muslims to do. Especially the behavior toward another brother Muslim. They're really not at all respecting that. What God ordered to the Muslims to do. So they had strangers, they treat them. It's horrible. My first kin helped me a lot. When they see me, they just believe that I'm one of theirs, and seem to look at me like a brother or someone who's with them, or within them. But my companion, to the contrary, did not have the same feeling. They didn't show sympathy toward him. I really think if I tell you all what I really experienced and saw to Mauritania, you will definitely hate the country and lose all desire to go there for a visit. I just stayed for 3 days, not longer, but those 3 days were like 50 years of misfortune, sufferance, and misery. Yeah, Those 3 days, it's like 50 years of misfortune, suffering, and misery. When returning, we faced the same difficulties. Officers told us to pay them to go back to Senegal. And you know what? I was not feeling help. I was not feeling that money still in Africa. I was not feeling love and affection. I was not feeling support. I was feeling hatred between Africans, ill treatment, cruelty, harm, rashness, bad behavior, lack of science, lack of behaving, and lack of believing in God, etc., etc. The vocab is never enough to define what I feel. Just one tip. If you want to go to Mauritania, I won't tell you not to go. No, instead, I'll tell you to think twice. And if anyway you go there, be very careful, because you're not in an African country, but rather you're in a country of curious and rough people. You're not in a Muslim country, but you're in a country where people will just call themselves Muslims, but do all the country the Muslims do. You're not in a country, but you're in a real jungle. And anything can happen to you. I haven't done this speech already, this to tarnish Mauritania's reputation. No, but just to warn people and let them know the reality about that country, to be saved from the harm and unfairness of Mauritanians. Thank you.